Okay, so last day, we tried to figure out what is a percentage of a number. And I said there's basically one step you need to do. You need to convert that percentage into a decimal, then do your calculation. The word of, there we go, mathematically means what? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Multiply, right? And we need, so I'm going to change that to times 15. That 35. We're on day 3 here. The 35 to use to the calculation needs to be a decimal. What would it be? Yep. We move the decimal 2 places to the left. 0.35. And this is where you need your calculator. And Sue only wanted to borrow one right off the bat. So I got one for her. All right. All right. Bring your bag up here. All right. I'm tired. And here was all. Yes, Darian. Come, bring your bag up here, man. There we go. Okay. So do this calculation. What do you get? 5.25. Excellent. All right. 5.25. Now, I'm expecting that you guys increase your mental math capability and do a question like that in your head as well. You might wonder, how can I execute this calculation in my head? So I'm going to do this on here on the whiteboard. So if I go 35% of a number, it's really hard to calculate mentally. However, I can change, instead of doing 35, I can write that as 10%, 10%, 10%, and 5%. Those are easier numbers to calculate in our brain. So if you're trying to figure out the tax or something on a tip, right, you need to be able to do some sort of mental math calculations in our head. Because 10% is easy to do. What's 10% of 15? Can you do that in your head? Right? We're going to move the decimal place 1 spot to the left. Divide number 10. So 10% will be 1.5. Right? That you should be able to do in your head. And if I want to do 35, I need 35 is made of 3 tens. 1.5, 1.5. That is 4.5. Right? How much would 5% be? Rowan?
0.75.
Yeah. If that's $1.50, 5 would be half of 10. Right? So that would be 0.75. So we'll add 0.75 together, and we get 5.25. So some of these calculations you can do mentally. So the next one, we're going to use our calculator, and we're going to do it mentally as well. Right? This is both skills that we need to have. Right? Okay, so this one. The of changed to a multiplication. We have 35 here. What's that 230% as a decimal? What would that look like?
2.3.
Yeah, 2.30. Move it over, put the dot there. 2.30 times 35. What do you get, Alice?
80.5.
80.5. Okay. Now let's suppose we want to do this in our head without using a calculator. All right, where's my marker again? Okay, let's do this. 230. Once again, let me hold on. 230 is a big number to calculate, but we can break that up into, Alice.
You can break it up into times 2 and then times 10 times. Or times point. Yeah, like 10%.
10%. So instead of times 2, we have 100%, 100%, 10%, 10%, 10%. All right? That's what 230 is, right? 200s and 30s. So what's 100% of 35? Oh. Okay. So what is 100% of 35?
35.
Yeah. If I say you got 100% on a test, it's out of 35, you get 35. So that's 35. That's 35. So altogether you've got 70 there. What's 10% of 35? Just like before, how do we figure that out?
It's 3.5.
Yeah, move the decimal places one spot to the left. So that'd be 3.5 here, 3.5, 3.5. So that, adding these together, that's 6, 7, 7 plus 3.5 is 10.5. Add our two parts together, 80.5. That takes some little practice. But some of these numbers you can do mentally, especially when it's like a multiple of 10 or 5, right? You can figure out these. But some stuff is kind of absurd and really small numbers. You just have to use a calculator. Okay, let's do this one. We're not going to do this one by a calculator. Oh, sorry, without a calculator. We only use a calculator. So times 5,000. That's 0.1%. What would that look like in a decimal? It's already a decimal, but we need to change it. We need to get rid of the percent symbol. What would we do, Alice?
0.01.
0.01?
0.
Yeah, 2 zeros. So we need to move the decimal place 2 places to the left. That where it lands. So we need to fill in an extra 0. 0.001. Then we multiply. Grab your calculator. What's 0.001 times 5,000? Sorry? No, it's not a lot.
5.
5. Is it a lot?
No.
When you compare it to 5,000, it's not a lot, right? So practice using your calculator, especially since you guys aren't used to using decimals a lot, right? 0.001 times 5,000. 5. Okay? Okay, now, last day, I said, hey, if you have a fraction inside of a percent, get rid of that fraction, write it as a decimal. So what would this be? 2.5%. What would that be as a number? Is that a fraction? 2.5. Half is 0.5. So that's 2.5% of 20,000. So we get rid of the of by putting down 20,000. We get rid of the percent by turning that into a decimal. Yes, Alice?
It's 5,000.
No. Convert it to decimal first. Convert it to decimal first. It isn't 5,000. So we need to get rid of this percent. So we need to move this decimal 2 times.
Oh, wait.
1, 2. So it's 0.025 times it. 500 equals 500. Is that okay? I'm going too fast? Right? Just moving it 2 places to the left, right? Okay. Let's just do, I guess there's only one question left to do. Okay. 30 3/4, well, that should be typo here, of 400 students surveyed said they own a cell phone. How many of the students own a cell phone? Right? So 30 3/4% of 400. So, yes, Alice?
Would it be 0.75?
Yeah, so it's 30.75. So you get rid of that fraction. Right? Now we need to get rid of the percent. So how do we get rid of that percent? Yes, Alice?
Move the decimal over twice or times it by 100?
Yeah, divide by 100. Yeah, move it twice or divide by 100. So it's 0.3075. The of changes into a times, and we have 400. And we run that through our calculator. What do you get? What number? Ryder. Yeah, equals 123. So word problems, we always give a little statement. We say 123 students have cell phones. Okay, and that's it. So we're going to spend the rest of the class working on the assignment. Question 1 is doing mental math like this, trying to figure out a percentage without a calculator. Just breaking a number down. The rest of it, calculations and word problems. It'll take a bit of time.